So I'm just going to add some shadows, and this is the glazing medium with a little bit of the cobalt blue and a touch of the permanent rose into it as well. And you can still see through. So this is the glazing medium with some fluorescent red, just going over to make those bricks come and shine out. And you can use the glazing medium and then go back over it over the top as well. So you can keep adding layers. Smaller brush. So there's no water with this. This is, well, I washed my brush and then just dipped it into the glazing medium and then mixed my colours. That's luscious, isn't it? Going over the top there. It's nice, that contrast of the orange against the blue in the sign. And I like the warm colours contrasting with the floor as well. These are rather grand as well. To this side, let's get some glow coming into those. So I'm actually using some of the Windsor blue with the glazing medium, adding it onto the jacket. The signs here in the background are quite luminous as well, so I want to put it onto those. And then I'm just going to mix a little bit of, I don't know if you can see this, yellow into that blue, and then a touch of cadmium red to create a lovely dark green. Just add a bit more of that glazing medium. So the glazing medium will just make the consistency of it. It won't change the colour, it'll just make it more translucent and a little bit of a shine. Though mine is matte, you can get them in different finishes. That lovely dark green into the railings. And there's some nice darks here around the cones. That. Let's add some of those greens into the entrance porch. It's such a shame because obviously no students at the moment. It would have been nice to have had some students coming out of that entrance, then over the logo here. Deep dark shade underneath. Curve as it comes round the corner. So we can place the barriers. And just need to see that darkness coming underneath the barrier at the back. There. green into the windows. Carry on with putting some detail into the roof, into the greys of the roof. This grey again is titanium white mixed with a touch of yellow and a little bit of fluorescent red. Sort of gives a soft browny grey. And just looking at these greys and how they contrast with the clouds above, I'm going to put some more detail into those clouds in a bit. And look at the perspective on that roof. Back into that lamppost. Steps, giving a sense of going into that building. So you're going to be going up those steps and in. So some lovely sort of blocks. Not sure what they're doing here in the foreground. So what I'm doing is just adding depth by putting these greys where I see them and the surface. The surface of the road. So I'm just going to be adding in this surface of the road some patterning to suggest the tarmac. It's sort of lumpy and bumpy, so I'm going to be adding some circular detail with some nice greys into that surface. Details going around here. So this is just adding some different textures and mark making into the surface. Sort of a grey-green. Just getting the curve on the inside of the entrance. So I'm just going to alter the perspective of the street on the other side. It's a bit, notice that it's a little bit sharp an angle. So I'm going to take that up by bringing down the edge of this. It was a little bit too sharp, the perspective on that, so I'm bringing that down. That's better. Just bring some darks into the background. Just going to add the blue in the signpost here, and a little one there. Oops. And the light is just hitting the top of the cordon here, catching it. It's like all wriggly, which I like. So just adding some directional arrows onto the road sign here. Very faint because that's in the distance. You really wouldn't be seeing it very well, though on my computer with my image I can zoom in and see it. I want to get that feeling that you're there. Just some touches of some building roofs on that side. Some detail into the slates up above. Just looking at the marks on the tiles on the roof. Say I'm not wanting to recreate the architecture, but I feel obsessed by the fantastic patterning into the brickwork. You could just spend hours just looking at it. It's just absolutely fabulous. So lucky to have such a fantastic building. So this I'm not sure which part of the building, but there's this lovely sort of chimney coming up the back here. And I'm just going to add this some greenery growing out of the top. It looks great. I like the idea that it's being reclaimed. So just going to add that. Mind you, it'd be very difficult, I would imagine, to get up there and clear that out. So just adding some detailing into the roof. Suggestion of the lovely ridge tiles. Some white and some cobalt blue. You know, from the floor we're not going to be able to see those tiles. This light here, just at the edge of that, coming down. And these angled windows, I bet there's the most fantastic view from up there. Noticing the cone, rather nice, going in here behind the barrier, using some of this cardinal red, just to add some shape. Putting some definition into these objects in the foreground. Poster here on the side.